Michael Johnson here on the Rich Eisen Show. Chris Johnson was in that chair just a few weeks ago. And as you know, he's the fastest timed guy in the modern era of the combine, if you will. Dion says he was faster, and there's hand times from back then. But in terms of official times, his 4.2, 4.40 is the fastest. So he was here, and we had a conversation with him about Usain Bolt. I'd love for you to check out and comment.
Beat Usain Bolt in a 40?
I don't know. We tried to set it up one time, but, he didn't want to run the 40. He wanted to run the 60. So.
What do you mean you tried to set it up?
Like, we tried to set up like a race.
When?
It was years ago, probably, I think, my third year.
You and Usain Bolt, you would have run, and you just couldn't agree on the distance? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, we couldn't agree on the distance.
Sort of like two fighters who couldn't agree on the weight class?
Yeah, he wanted to do the 60.
Mm-hmm.
I want to do the 40. So I agreed to do the 50, but they only want to do the 60. So.
Huh. What do you think right there? Would you understand why Usain wouldn't do the 40 and he wouldn't do a 50? Would you have done the same thing?
That might have been some fake news coming from Chris right there. I'm not quite sure. I mean, you could say that. I mean, I could say that I went to the moon and, I'm not quite sure all of that actually took place. With all due respect to Chris Johnson, I'm not sure that actually went down quite that way. But
fake news.
I mean, look, Chris Johnson's quick. There's no doubt about it. I mean, he is one of the fastest I've ever seen. He ran a fantastic 40 at the combine. But I think that, over any distance, he's not going to be quicker than Usain Bolt. Again, because that's like saying, I mean, you never get track guys saying, professional track guys saying, yeah, I could go and score, I can go rack up 100 yards in a football game against, the best in the world. Why do football guys think that they can just come over the track and beat the best, not the best that there's in the world right now? Usain Bolt is the best there's ever been. Come on, that's a stretch. I mean, I know that it looks simple, right? As you're going to learn later today, and you've done this. It's not easy.
No.
Right? It's not easy. There's technique. There's race strategy. I encourage anybody, go out to your local track today, decide, hey, I'm going to run 100 meters, and see how hard that is. It's not easy to do, but it's hard to do it fast. You just can't go out and beat the world-class athletes in track and field just because you think you're good.
Well, go ahead and do that. Run your 40 and go hashtag #RunRichRun and upload it and donate to St. Jude, because that's what we'll be doing on the NFL Network next week.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.